The moment he showed me the secret video he'd recorded of us together, I knew I wasn't his girlfriend anymore. I was his prisoner. I stand in front of my mirror. I look at my neck. A diamond necklace sits there. It is beautiful. The stones shine bright, but it feels so tight. I cannot breathe well. My hand touches it. I want to take it off, but I cannot. How did love become a prison? I ask myself this question. I do not know the answer. 6 months ago, everything was different. I was new at my job. The company was big. It sold marketing ideas. The office was in Chicago. I was so excited. I wanted to prove myself. I arrived early every day. I left late every night. I worked hard. I wanted success. I wanted people to see me. I wanted them to think I was good. My boss was Marcus. He was the CEO. He was 45 years old. He was rich. He wore expensive suits. He had gray hair. Everyone respected him. He was powerful. He was also charming, but he did not smile much. He did not praise people often, so everyone wanted his attention. One day, Marcus stopped at my desk. I was nervous. He looked at my report. Then he smiled. He said my work was excellent. He said it in front of everyone. My heart beat fast. I felt special. I felt proud. That moment changed everything. After that day, Marcus talked to me more. He asked me to have lunch with him. He said we needed to discuss work. I said yes. We went to nice restaurants. He listened to me talk. I told him about my dreams. I told him about my problems too. I had student loans. My apartment was tiny. I had no money. He listened. He seemed to care. I felt important. Then the gifts started. First, he gave me a pen. It was expensive. I said I could not take it. He said it was nothing. He said I deserved nice things, so I kept it. Next, he took me to a luxury dinner. The food was amazing. I had never eaten like that before. I felt like a princess. Marcus started to tell me personal things. He said he was lonely. He said no one understood him. He said being at the top was hard. He looked sad when he said this. I felt sorry for him. I wanted to make him happy. I thought only I could understand him. I thought I was special to him. One night, we worked late. Everyone else went home. The office was empty and quiet. Marcus came to my desk. He had a box in his hand. He gave it to me. I opened it. Inside was a designer handbag. It was beautiful. It probably cost thousands of dollars. I said I could not accept it. I tried to give it back, but he said no. He said I deserved the best. He said I worked so hard. He said I was different from other people. His hand touched mine. His touch was warm. I felt something strange in my chest. My face got hot. I looked at him. He looked at me. His eyes were kind. I felt overwhelmed. No one ever gave me such things. No one ever made me feel so important. I was tired of being poor. I was tired of my small apartment. I was tired of my old clothes. Marcus made everything seem possible. He made me feel beautiful. So I kept the handbag. I thanked him. He smiled. That night, I thought about him all the way home. I held the bag close. I thought this was like a fairy tale. I thought I was the lucky girl. I thought Marcus was my prince. I thought love found me. I was so wrong, but I did not know it then. I was blind. I was naive. I only saw what I wanted to see. I only felt the excitement. I only felt the hope. I did not see the danger. I did not see the trap. Love was not what I thought it was, but I learned this lesson later, and the price was very high. After that night, Marcus and I became close. We started a secret relationship. No one at work knew about us. He said we needed to keep it private. I understood. He was my boss. It could cause problems. So I kept quiet. 1 week later, Marcus surprised me. He said my apartment was too small. He said he wanted me to be comfortable. He rented a new apartment for me. It was in a luxury building downtown. It had big windows. It had a beautiful view. I could not believe it. I moved into the new place. Marcus paid for everything. The rent was high. I could never afford it alone. He also gave me money for food and clothes. He bought me jewelry and bags. My closet filled with designer items. I felt like a queen, but something changed in me. I stopped seeing my friends often. They called me. I made excuses. I said I was busy with work. The truth was different. I was always waiting for Marcus. I waited for his messages. I waited for his calls. My life became about him. My family lived far away. I called my mother less and less. She asked if I was okay. I said yes. I said work was great. I did not tell her about Marcus. I did not tell her about the apartment. I felt guilty, but I pushed the feeling away. I thought Marcus loved me too. He said sweet things to me. He said I was beautiful. He said I was special. When he was with me, I felt complete. When he was gone, I felt empty. I lived for his attention. The apartment was full of expensive things, but I was always alone there. Marcus came 2 or 3 times a week. He stayed for a few hours. Then he left. He said he had meetings. He said he had work. I believed him. I always believed him. But then I noticed small things. Marcus did not like my male coworkers. If I talked to them, he got angry. He asked many questions. He wanted to know who I was with. At first, I thought it was care. I thought he worried about me, so I stopped talking to other men. I wanted to make him happy. He also chose my clothes. He said I should wear certain colors. He said some dresses were too short. He said some shoes were wrong. I listened to him. I wore what he liked. I thought he wanted the best for me. I thought this was love, but my friends said it was strange. They said he controlled me. I got angry at them. I stopped answering their calls. One day, I felt sick. I called work and said I could not come. Marcus sent me a message. He said he hoped I felt better. He said he was in meetings all day. I stayed home in the morning. But in the afternoon, I felt a bit better. I decided to go for a walk downtown. I needed fresh air. I walked past the shops. I looked at the windows. Then I saw something that stopped my heart. Across the street, I saw Marcus, but he was not alone. A woman walked next to him. She was elegant and beautiful. She wore expensive clothes. 2 children walked with them, a boy and a girl. They looked happy. I hid behind a tree. I watched them. They looked like a perfect family. The woman said something. Marcus laughed. Then she kissed his cheek. He smiled. It was the same smile he gave me, the smile I thought was only for me. The children held his hands. They looked at him with love. My legs felt weak. My hands shook. I could not breathe. Marcus had a family. He had a wife. He had children. I was not his love. I was his secret. I was the other woman. I was the mistress. I walked back to the apartment. My mind was empty. I opened the door. I looked around. The expensive furniture looked different now. The designer bags looked ugly. The jewelry felt heavy. Everything disgusted me. This apartment was not a gift. It was a cage. Marcus did not love me. He used me. I sat on the floor. I cried. How could I be so stupid? How could I not see the truth? He was always busy. He never stayed the night. He never took me to public places. All the signs were there. But I was blind. I only saw what I wanted to see. My phone buzzed. It was a message from Marcus. He said he missed me. He said he would come tomorrow. I stared at the words. They meant nothing now. Everything was a lie. My heart broke into pieces. I felt so alone. I decided to end it. I could not be with Marcus anymore. He had a family. He lied to me. I planned to tell him it was over. I wrote down my words. I practiced them. I wanted to be strong. But the next evening, Marcus came to the apartment. He looked tired. He looked sad. I wanted to speak, but he spoke first. He said he needed to explain. He asked me to listen, so I listened. He said he saw me downtown yesterday. He knew I saw him too. He said his wife was cold. He said she did not love him. He said they only stayed together for the children. He said his marriage was dead. Tears filled his eyes. He said I was his true love. He said I was the only good thing in his life. I wanted to stay strong. I wanted to say no. But his tears broke me. My heart was soft. I was weak. I thought maybe he told the truth. I thought maybe he really loved me, so I believed him again. I was so stupid. That night, we were close. We were intimate. But something felt wrong. I did not feel love anymore. I felt fear. I felt anxiety. My body was there, but my mind was far away. I was scared. What if I got pregnant? What if I had a baby with this lying man? The thought filled me with terror. After Marcus fell asleep, I got up quietly. I went to the bathroom. I locked the door. My hands shook. I found the emergency pill. It was still there. I bought it months ago just in case. I took the packet out. I read the instructions. I needed to take it fast. I put the pill in my mouth. I drank water. Suddenly, the door opened. I forgot to lock it properly. Marcus stood there. He looked at me. Then he looked at my hand. He saw the empty pill packet. His face changed. The kind man disappeared. A monster appeared. He walked toward me fast. He grabbed the packet from my hand. He looked at it, then he threw it at my face. It hit my cheek. I gasped. He started to scream. He said I was a traitor. He said I despised his love. He said I did not trust him. His voice was so loud. I was terrified. I tried to speak. I said I was sorry. I said I was just scared. But he did not listen. He pushed past me. He went into the bedroom. He grabbed things and threw them. A lamp crashed to the floor. Glass broke everywhere. He knocked over a chair. He was like a wild animal. I stood in the bathroom. I could not move. My whole body shook. Tears ran down my face. I heard him scream more words. He said terrible things. He said I was worthless. He said I used him. He said I belonged to him. His voice scared me so much. Then he came back to the bathroom. He stood very close to me. His face was red. His eyes looked crazy. He said this apartment was his. He said everything I had was because of him. He said I was nothing without him. I pressed myself against the wall. I wanted to disappear. He raised his hand. I thought he would hit me. I closed my eyes, but he hit the wall instead. His fist made a hole. I screamed. He looked at me with hate. Then he turned and walked out. The door slammed. I slid down to the floor. I sat there for a long time. I could not stop shaking. This was his true face. The kind man was fake. The monster was real. All the sweet words were lies. All the gifts were chains. I was not his love. I was his toy. And toys could be broken. I looked around the bathroom. Glass pieces were on the floor. The pill packet lay near my foot. I picked it up. At least I took the pill. At least I protected myself from one thing, but I could not protect myself from him. Not yet. I was trapped, and I did not know how to escape. Marcus came back into the apartment. I was still on the bathroom floor. He walked to me. He pulled out his phone. His face was cold now. He was not screaming anymore. That scared me more. He held the phone in front of my face. He pressed play. A video started. My heart stopped. It was me. It was us. It was from the bedroom. It showed us together. It showed intimate moments. I knew nothing about this video. He recorded me without my knowledge. I felt sick. My stomach turned. I wanted to throw up. Marcus smiled. It was a cruel smile. He said he had many videos like this. He said he recorded everything. I stared at him. Who was this man? His voice was quiet but hard. He said if I left him, he would send the video. He would send it to everyone at the company. He would send it to my family. He would post it online. He said I would lose everything. My reputation, my job, my future. Everything. I could not speak. I could not breathe. This was not love. This was a trap. He had me now. He owned me. I started to cry. He watched me cry. Then he left again. The door closed. I was alone with my fear. The next day, I went to work. I had no choice. Marcus was there. He acted normal in front of others. But I was not normal. I was a ghost. I did my work because I had to. But my hands shook all the time. Marcus made my life terrible at work. He gave me impossible tasks. He wanted reports in 1 hour. He wanted perfect presentations by morning. I could not do it all, so he criticized me in front of my coworkers. He said I was lazy. He said I was stupid. Everyone watched. I felt so much shame, but when we were alone, he changed again. He touched my hair. He touched my face. He said I belonged to him. He said I could never leave. His touch made my skin crawl, but I could not push him away. I was too scared of the video. I could not tell anyone, not my friends, not my family, not my coworkers. The video was my secret shame. If anyone knew, my life was over. So I stayed quiet. I became Marcus's slave. I stopped eating much. Food made me sick. I lost weight. My clothes hung loose on my body. I looked in the mirror and saw a stranger. My face was thin and pale. My eyes had dark circles. I looked like a sick person. I jumped at every sound. If my phone buzzed, my heart raced. Was it Marcus? What did he want? I could not sleep well at night. I had bad dreams. I woke up scared and sweating. The apartment felt like a prison now. The designer bags sat in the closet. I hated them. They were not gifts. They were chains. The jewelry in the drawer felt heavy. Everything Marcus gave me was a reminder. I was trapped. I was his prisoner. Marcus controlled my every move. He texted me all the time. He wanted to know where I was. He wanted to know who I talked to. If I did not answer fast, he got angry. His anger scared me. So I always answered. I always obeyed. My life became about surviving. I survived each day. I survived each hour. I had no happiness. I had no freedom. I only had fear. Fear of the video. Fear of Marcus. Fear of what would happen next. I thought about my old life. I was happy before Marcus. I had dreams. Now I had nothing. The expensive things around me meant nothing. I would give them all away. I would give anything to be free. But I did not know how to escape. One day, I went to the company rooftop. It was my lunch break. I stood near the edge. I looked down at the street. Cars moved below. People walked on the sidewalks. They looked so small. They looked so far away. I thought about jumping. I thought about ending everything. The pain would stop. The fear would stop. Marcus would not control me anymore. It seemed so easy. Just one step. Then it would all be over. But then I saw my mother's face in my mind. She loved me. She worked hard to raise me. She believed in me. If I died, it would destroy her. She did not deserve that pain. Marcus was terrible, but he was not worth my life. I stepped back from the edge. I started to cry, but these tears were different. They were angry tears. The next day, a woman came to my desk. Her name was Sarah. She was a manager in another department. She was older. She had kind eyes. She said she wanted to have coffee with me. I was surprised, but I said yes. We sat in a small coffee shop. Sarah did not ask me questions. Instead, she told me her own story. She said she was in a bad relationship years ago. The man hurt her. He controlled her. She was scared all the time. But one day, she decided to fight back. She escaped. She survived. Then Sarah said something important. She said, "Fear only has power when we keep it in the dark." She said, "Talking about it takes away its power." She looked at me. She knew something was wrong. She wanted to help. I wanted to tell her, but I was too scared, so I just thanked her. But her words stayed in my mind. That night, I thought about what Sarah said. I thought about Marcus. Yes, he had the video, but what did he have to lose? He had everything. He had a big job. He had a rich wife. He had children. If people knew about me, his life would end too. His wife would leave him. He would lose his money. He would lose his job. He would lose his kids. Marcus had more to lose than me. My silence was his weapon, but I could take that weapon away. I could fight back. I did not have to be a victim anymore. Something changed inside me. The fear was still there, but anger was there too, and anger made me strong. I made a plan. I started to gather evidence. When Marcus sent me mean messages, I saved them. When he called and said threats, I recorded him. I recorded everything. I stopped crying when he yelled. I stopped begging him to be kind. I became cold. I became calculating. I was a hunter now. 2 weeks later, I was ready. I asked Marcus to meet me at the apartment. He came. He thought everything was normal. He tried to touch me. I stepped away. I said I was quitting my job. I said I was leaving him. His face got red. He pulled out his phone. He said he would send the video. He said I would regret this, but I stayed calm. I pulled out my phone. I pressed play. His voice came out. It was a recording of his threats. It was proof of his blackmail. It was proof he hurt me. Marcus stopped talking. His eyes got wide. I looked at him. I said my words slowly and clearly. I said if my video went out, I would lose my reputation. But if these recordings went out, he would lose everything. His wife would hear them. His company would hear them. He would lose his career. He would lose his money. He would lose his children. Marcus's face went white. He looked scared. For the first time, he was the scared one. I was not scared anymore. The prey became the hunter. He knew it. I knew it. Everything changed. He asked what I wanted. I said I wanted the video deleted. I wanted all copies gone. I wanted to watch him do it. He tried to argue. I pressed play on another recording. He heard his own cruel words. He stopped arguing. Marcus took out his phone. His hands shook. He opened his files. He showed me the videos. There were 3 of them. I watched him delete each one. Then I checked his deleted folder. I made him delete them from there too. Then I checked his cloud storage. I made him delete everything. Finally, they were gone. I said I would stay quiet about everything. I would not tell his wife. I would not tell the company. But if he ever contacted me again, I would release the recordings. I would destroy him. He nodded. He understood. Then he left. He walked out the door. He looked small now. He looked weak. I sat down. My legs felt strange. I could not believe it. I won. I was free. The monster was gone. I was safe. I started to laugh and cry at the same time. Finally, it was over. The next day, I wrote my resignation letter. I gave it to the Human Resources Department. I did not give it to Marcus. I never wanted to see him again. My last day was 2 weeks later. I did not say goodbye to anyone. I just left. I moved out of the luxury apartment. I packed my things in boxes, but I did not take the designer bags. I did not take the jewelry. I did not take the expensive clothes. I sold everything. I got money for them. That money was for my new life. I kept nothing from Marcus. Nothing. I left Chicago. I moved to a small town far away. The town was quiet and peaceful. I found a job at a library. The pay was small, but the work was calm. I helped people find books. I organized shelves. I read during my breaks. It was simple work, but it made me happy. My new apartment was tiny. It had 1 bedroom and a small kitchen, but it was mine. I paid for it with my own money. No one controlled me there. I decorated it with cheap things from the market. I bought flowers for the table. Everything was simple, but everything was real. The first few months were hard. I thought about Marcus sometimes. I had bad dreams. I woke up scared, but slowly the dreams stopped. Slowly, the fear went away. I started to feel like myself again. I made new friends in the town. They were kind people. They did not care about designer bags. They did not care about expensive things. They cared about real things. We had coffee together. We talked and laughed. I remembered what friendship felt like. I also called my mother more. I told her I left my old job. I did not tell her about Marcus. Some things were too painful to share, but she heard the change in my voice. She said I sounded happier. She was right. I learned to forgive myself. I was naive before. I made mistakes, but I was not stupid. I was just young. I wanted love. I wanted success. Those things were normal. Marcus was the problem, not me. My value did not come from his gifts. My value came from inside me. 1 year passed. It was spring. I sat in the park near my apartment. The sun was warm. Birds sang in the trees. I wore a simple blue dress. It cost $10. But I liked it. I had a book in my hands. It was a good book. I felt peaceful. My phone buzzed. It was a message. It was from an old coworker from Chicago. She said Marcus was fired. There was a financial scandal at the company. The news was everywhere. His wife left him. He lost everything. I read the message twice. Then I smiled. It was not a mean smile. It was just a small smile. Karma found him. He got what he deserved. But it did not matter to me anymore. He was my past. He had no power over my present. I turned off my phone. I put it in my bag. I looked up at the sky. It was so blue. The sun felt good on my face. I opened my book again. I started to read. I was free, really, truly free. And that was all that mattered.